this outfit, be his little butler and introduce him. Because, no, that's sarcastic, okay? And he's a bully. He bullies me every night of the tour, and oh, what a prick.
Still in a bad mood because you lost your fight against Anthony Joshua.
Jamie in 2019. What's that?
Your favourite, Rex. Do the fucking intro.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the lanky streak of piss, Jack Whitehall.
Go compare. Fuck off. Fuck off.
What a load.
Oh, he's not going to be happy when he finds out that's the vegan sausage roll. Okay, Manchester, welcome back to the second half. Where's the half marathon runner? Half marathon runners? Oh! I thought you lot might have fucked off at the interval. We need to get to know each other a little bit more. I want to talk about relationships first up. So give me a cheer if you're in a happy relationship. Mate, it doesn't work if I ask that question and you drag your girlfriend's hand up into the air. Fucking caveman over here, she happy. Who's in an unhappy relationship? Definitely not getting any sex tonight, are we, mate? Give me a cheer if you're single. Okay. Half the room depressed, half the room, give me some dick! I like supporting these unhappy couples. I was on a plane the other day and this husband and wife walked on. Actually, to be fair, I don't know whether they're a husband and wife or not, but they were over the age of 60. So if you're over the age of 60, whether you're married or not, you're a husband and wife. Because there is nothing cringier in the world than anyone over the age of 60 referring to themselves as boyfriend and girlfriend. You're not in fucking primary school, right? And I know that's ageist to say it, but unfortunately it's just true, right? I met a guy the other day, he was old, like old. Like you could have got into his iPhone on Face ID by showing him one of your testicles. Like that. Had to be pushing 80. And he introduced me to the woman that he was with. This is my girlfriend! No, that is your next of kin. So, husband comes on, he sits down in this seat, instantly falls asleep, starts snoring very loudly. And the wife is looking over at him and loathing him with every fibre of her being. At one point he did that thing where it looked like he was choking a bit in his sleep. He's like, I look forward to help. She turned around like, shh. If he goes, he goes. Whole flight is snoring, and then it gets to landing, and because his seat was ever so slightly inclined, the air hostess had to come over and put it into the upright position for landing, or else, as we all know, the plane would have burst into a ball of flames. In doing so, she accidentally wakes him up and he was not best pleased. He snapped at her straight away. He was like, oh my God, is it really worth leaning over and waking me up for the sake of 2 inches? And his wife went, not in my experience. High fives. The pilot had to do an announcement to the lady in row 33. You go, girl, you go. Everyone was loving it, other than me. I was sat there thinking this is the last time I ever sit behind my fucking parents on a plane. I'm glad you laughed at that joke. Do you know he didn't laugh at that joke the first time he heard it? Michael Whitehall. First time he heard that joke, he had the most Michael Whitehall response ever. I came off stage afterwards, he was waiting for me at the end of the bar, looming there like a pissed vampire. He was like, I didn't like that new plane joke of yours. I was like, why, Daddy? It's funny. He went, row 33. I do not want people thinking that we fly economy. But that's the thing, is that I've just got to accept that he sees the world through a very different lens to me. Like, we did this show on the BBC, Who Do You Think You Are? The answer, it turns out, is an arsehole. My whole family is just one long line of scumbags for as far as the eye can see. On one side of our family, we discovered that I'm related to a philandering con artist that got syphilis, gave it to his wife, and they both died in a mental asylum. And he was the good one. Other side of the family, we went to Wales and discovered that I'm related to a prominent Welsh Tory MP who introduced blood sports to the nation and then put down a revolt of Welsh workers that were fighting for the right to vote and had the William Wallace of Wales arrested and hung, drawn and quartered for treason. And I'm finding someone cheering that, hung, drawn and fucking hell. Tory bastard over there, fuck them, no. It was sad, sir. It was very upsetting to discover all of this stuff about my family. I was emotional, I was moved. I turned to look at my dad, fucking nothing. I was like, Daddy, can you at least pretend to be upset? All right, you need to look more sad. There's cameras on us all the time. He went, I am sad. It's deeply, deeply depressing. I had absolutely no idea that we were Welsh. I just couldn't understand how one person's family could all be scumbags, right? That was just my grandmother's line. Didn't even look down granddad's. God knows what they would have found there. I had premonitions of me and my dad solemnly walking through Auschwitz. So, where would my grandfather have been? Well, his watchtower was just up there. Yes, old von Whitehall, one of the sharpest shooters in the Third Reich. Oh, for fuck's sake. Now, would you like to see a list? Is it of all the Jews that he saved? No, he was also on the sex offenders register. And look, I get it. I get it that your perception of your parents changes over time. Like as a child, you look at your mum and dad and you're like, you two are the most embarrassing people I've ever seen in my entire life. Right? Then they get a little bit older, you get a little bit wiser, you become an adult yourself, and eventually you go, you know what? Actually, I think these two might be all right. Then they retire, you spend more time with them, and you're like, oh no, I had it right the first time. You're fucking mental. And my sister definitely gets it worse with him as well, by the way. Like, she got engaged this year, which should have been a great moment for our family, yes! It was. It was a lovely moment for our family for 0.5 seconds. Yeah, until she then announced she didn't want to get married in a church. Oh my God, anyone would have thought she told him she'd voted Corbyn. It did not go down well. He hit the fucking roof. He's like, what do you mean you don't want to get married in a church, Molly? We're not having your wedding in a fucking barn. If I am paying for this wedding, it will happen in a house of worship. Oh, the look on his face when he finds out we've booked a mosque. Risky punchline in Manchester. Now the pressure's on me, of course. The pressure's on me to get married, to have a child. We keep asking when I want to have a child. I'm trying to put an end to this bloodline of syphilitic mass murderers. But it's because I had my first proper breakup. I had an amicable breakup this year, which people tell you is a good thing. I'm here to tell you, it fucking ain't. Much better to hate them. I say that as a person, I also say that as an artist, because the one advantage of having tragedy in your life as an artist is it can inspire great work. No one has ever written a great album about a wonderful breakup where everyone behaved impeccably. I wanted her crushing my heart into the floor, chucking my clothes out of the window. I wanted to get Adele'd, right? Instead, my ex-girlfriend took my mum for tea to help my mum transition through the split. I know! Fuck you with your kindness and generosity! Mum needed help, Dad wasn't even aware it was going on. Went into his study, Daddy, just so you know, I've broken up with my girlfriend. Girlfriend? I always thought you batted for the other side, Jack. And then I had this weird situation where I was living with the ex, I was in flat, and we were just friends now. That was weird. She tried to help me acclimatise to our new life as just friends. She farted in front of me. That was the moment I knew it was over. 6 years, not so much as a peep. Then all of a sudden she lets rip in the kitchen next to me, and I reacted like she had punched me in the face. Someone love it. By the way, clearly someone that has never thrown a punch before in his entire fucking life. What was that? Don't mess with me or you'll get one of my famous knuckle sandwiches. More of a knuckle salad. Anyway, I say fart, right? This was still like a lady fart, okay? This was a joke of a fart. It sounded like opening a half-empty bottle of San Pellegrino. It's just like... Poshest analogy for a fart that's ever been used? Audley Edge and Didsbury loved it. No, wonderful, wonderful reference. San Pellegrino, yes, Charles, it's what we used to wash our feet. Anyway, this was a joke of a fart. It was a ridiculous fart. 6 years, and that's all she could come up with. 6 years. If I had been holding it in for 6 years, when it finally came out, it would be like opening a plane door mid-flight. It would melt the skin off her face like the end of Raiders of the Lost Ark. It would make the fucking news. This was a pathetic fart. And I know why she was doing it as well. She was farting in front of me. She was trying to make herself less attractive to me. She was literally trying to fart herself off the pedestal. But it didn't work. I am a man. It only made me love her more. Then I tried to play ball as well. I was like, is there anything that maybe I could do to make myself less attractive to you? She went, no, I think I'm pretty much there. I've got to put in an effort again. I've got to put a shift in the bedroom. Don't like having to do that. Very conservative in the bedroom, me. No thrills with me between the sheets. Sex with me, I always say, is like arriving late at the theatre and trying to find your seat. A lot of shuffling, bit of shushing, a pause, and then from somewhere in the darkness, just a whispered, I'm sorry. I'm just not equipped. I'm not equipped to deal with any of this shit. I'm not equipped to deal with a breakup emotionally because I went to boarding school. If a relationship broke down at boarding school, you weren't encouraged to talk about it. I mean, mainly because a lot of those teachers could have lost their jobs, but... The closest I've come to a relationship since her has been with Alexa. Oh, lovely Alexa. Stores and records everything you say so that she can use it in the future. Just like a real girlfriend. I lead the bachelor lifestyle now as well. Woohoo! Bachelor lifestyle! Breakfast for dinner, fuck yeah! Same underpants for a week. Did someone order a legend? Ooh, is this just the kitchen sink or is it also now the downstairs toilet? Too far. And one guy fucking applauding it down the front, you dirty bastard. And this guy, that happens every night, I do that fucking joke. It's my favourite bit of the evening, because every time I do that joke, I look out into the crowd, without fail, I always see at least one guy, tonight it was you, wasn't it? Laughing, and then turning to their missus and being like, I have no idea what he's talking about, I don't... Fucking dirty bastard. Was that rock bottom, or was rock bottom going to the kitchen and realising the only food I had left in the house was the emergency pot noodle, only to then discover she'd taken the kettle? Well, I guess you're getting filled up directly from the hot tap. I'm not proud of myself. Sat in a slanket on the sofa, crunching through an al dente Bombay bad boy, hoping it will give me the sustenance I need to return to the job at hand, namely seeing whether it is possible to wank yourself into a coma. Say my name, Alexa. Jack Whitehall. Yeah. Who's the daddy? Searching Michael Whitehall. I should be off having one-night stands. That's what you're meant to do when you're single, but I don't have one-night stands because I'm a hypochondriac. Oh my God, I'm scared. I'm scared of having a one-night stand because I'm scared of getting something. My friend had a one-night stand. He got the one that you can't get rid of. Kids. Well, that's just made my night. Saying that joke and then seeing a father over there fucking turn to his son and give him a little nudge off the That's you, that is my little STD. Yeah. Fucking great. Bring this man a medal, please. Fucking Pride of Britain Award over here. I don't fucking know. It was amazing. Oh, I'm not good with kids. I did this recently. That was another fucking... I fucking accidentally hit a kid skiing. Jesus, I know. Fucking someone's laughing there. You've done it, sir. Clearly. And it wasn't my fault. I don't know whether it was your fault. It wasn't. To be fair, this little fucker cut straight in front of me in the line for the buffet, and I just lashed out. That was another good sign I saw in America. By the one by the road, driving along, there was a sign, drive like your children live here. 130 I was doing when I hit that tree. I do have respect for parents though. I have respect for parents because I remember what I was like as a child, and I think if you had to look after that, you deserve some fucking respect. I was a nightmare. Always desperate to be on stage, even from an early age. I auditioned for all the school plays. I never got them because I had an odd face and a speech impediment. Fuck you, that's not the funny bit. That is, wow, whole show, fun and giggles. I've had no laughter from this part of the crowd. All of a sudden, Jack starts talking about a speech impediment. Some fucker over here thinks that's an appropriate time to laugh. I mean, the most worrying thing is that it appears to have come back. You fucking triggered me, bitch. What, it's fine. Fuck, what, I can't talk. I had a speech impediment, fine, it went away, and I thought normally, so it's fine, it's absolutely fine. I don't know why anyone in the front row is laughing, by the way. If my speech impediment does come back, you lot are fucked. It'll be like SeaWorld down the front. But yeah, I had a speech impediment, but it went away and I talk normally now. But what I would do at school, I'd audition for these plays, I wouldn't get them, and then my mum and dad would complain to the school, and the drama teacher would be forced to make up parts in school plays just to shut them up.
Yeah.
Have you got any idea how humiliating that is for everyone involved? Mum and Dad sat in the audience plastering on a brave face, me up there on stage giving it my all, but deep down everyone knew there was no emu in the nativity. Anyone else on one of those school nativities where they just let any fucker into the barn? I'm up there next to a lobster and Sonic the Hedgehog. I'm like, guys, what the fuck is this? Looks like the crowd in the darts. And my mum would try to show me encouragement. She'd be like, Jack, you never know. There may have been an emu in the nativity. I'm like, Mummy, let's look at the facts here. The nativity was set in Bethlehem, right? Emus are native to Australia. And unfortunately, are one of the only birds that can't fucking fly! Yes, I knew emus were native to Australia. Yes, I knew they couldn't fly. Why? I knew everything there was to know about emus because I am a proper actor. I had researched my role. The role I was so desperate to build up. That stupid play. It's basically all one big circle jerk to the donkey. Oh, isn't the donkey amazing? It took Mary and Joseph from Nazareth to Bethlehem. Nazareth to Bethlehem, 90 miles in distance. Do you know how long it took the donkey? 4 days. 4 fucking days. It would have been quicker on the megabus. No wonder there was no room at the inn by the time they arrived. That single star in the sky wasn't God giving directions, that was his Uber rating. But what do you expect if you pick some dumb animal that has an average land speed of 9 miles per hour? Especially when in that same nativity, you have the second fastest bird on the planet, capable of an average land speed of 31 miles per hour. What's that I hear you ask? How long would the journey have taken by emu? 2 hours and 54 minutes! Damn straight, if they'd taken an emu, Mary would be giving birth in the penthouse suite right now and not some shitty barn next to a cow, a sheep and fucking SpongeBob SquarePants! It's fine. This poor woman is the fact she can't fucking see there's so much spit in her eyes right now. Look, it was a long time ago, I'm over it. But I'd also like to point out, emus, not just built for speed, built for comfort as well. Famously, double feathered. Yeah, like a cushion on stilts. Compare that to the state of a donkey's back. Have you seen a donkey recently? 90 miles over rustic terrain, straddling that. All I'm saying is that if you still want Mary to look like a virgin when she turns up, hop on the fucking emu. And that's where I lost you. Okay. Must be harder than it's ever been, though, to raise a child in these ever-changing times of 2019. We've got to be so careful now. The rules are changing every day. We need to use the right pronoun now if we're talking to someone that is gender neutral. Fuck, it just got tense in here. Wow. Jesus Christ. That's 2019. for you. 30 seconds ago, we were laughing about the Virgin Mary's vagina. I've just said the word pronoun and made it fucking weird. Well, you've certainly given me an opportunity to reverse out of this one. Fuck it, let's enter the minefield. I want to start by saying, obviously, you should be using whatever pronoun anyone wants you to use. You're a dick if you think any otherwise. Call people what they want to be called, but you've now got to be prepared for it, otherwise you'll fuck it up like I did. I'm not proud of myself. I was clothes shopping. I was in Hugo Boss in London. No, fuck, not Hugo Boss, sorry. No, normal guy. Primark, yes, Primark. The Primark. Cheetham Hill, it's like a fancy Cheetham Hill Primark. Anyway, look, so, because I'm a normal guy, I go into the Primark, to, I don't know, buy a tracksuit. This is going well. So I walk in, and I'm greeted by the concierge. Anyway, look, no, the point is, the concierge was, as my father would say, neither an Arthur or a Martha. And I was like, no, I know that that's not the phrase that you use in the 21st century. I was like, what is required here is a gender-neutral pronoun. No, he or she here, gender-neutral pronoun is required. Why is it in that moment you panic and forget every word you've ever fucking learned? The only gender-neutral pronoun I could think of was you. I know. How creepy did that make me sound to this poor person that I'd never met before in my entire life? Hello, you. Because here lies the problem. We're not there yet with the attitude, we're not there yet with the language. I saw a sign for a toilet in America. Please use whichever restroom best suits your expression. Expression? What the fuck does that mean? I went into the ladies with this expression. Just can't overthink these things. That's the important thing. That's what you need to remember in those socially awkward situations, is when the mind starts racing, that's when you fuck them up. I'll give you an example of another one. I can't do it. Can't do it. Every time, fall apart, overthink it. Talking to someone with a lazy eye. Can't fucking do it! Because as we all know, the trick when you're talking to someone with a lazy eye is that you have got to pick an eye. You gotta commit to an eye. There's no switching eyes. Once you picked an eye, that's your fucking eye. Even if halfway through the conversation you realise, fuck, this one's not up to much. That one's business as usual. Your one is drifting off like a lilo in the tide. You're like, no, come back, I'm over here. Unpopular opinion, I think it should be on them to specify. Honestly, like a food allergy, we'd lose all social awkwardness if every conversation with someone with a lazy eye started with them going, hi, I'm John, this one, go. How's the cross-eyed material going with Eccles? Are they okay? Can't tell if they're annoyed or not while looking at the exit. Lazy eye over crazy eye any day of the fucking week. I had a teacher at school, he had one that was fucking out of control. Out of control. Mortgage eyes, we used to call him. Because one was fixed and one was variable. He'd come in some mornings, it would be up there at the front of the class, his left eyeball dancing around like it had just come down the love lift on Take Me Out. And some mornings I wouldn't have the energy for it. I'd be like, no likey, no lighty. Just going to have to look at the floor. And then he'd call you out on it. He'd bloody call you out. Excuse me, Mr. Whitehall. Am I boring you? If you don't look at me when I'm talking to you, I will send you to stand in the corridor. I'm like, mate, if it's eye contact you want, I think the corridor might be the best spot for me. Anyone ever had a piss in the urinal next to someone with a lazy eye? Ooh, that's a tricky piss. I had an experience recently. I'm not a cubicle guy. I'm a cubicle guy, by the way. I'm not a urinal guy. I'm every time. And you know what? We're friends in Manchester. I'm going to show a little bit more. Not only am I a cubicle guy, I'm a sit-down pisser. Yep. Some fellow members of the small penis community over here cheering out loud. Absolutely nothing wrong with it, is there, gents? as you know, you appreciate the finer things in life as you get a little bit older. Sit down pissing is like red wine. You hit 30 and you're just like, where the fuck have you been? Sorry, as well, can I please just quickly clarify? I do not piss sitting down side saddle. I don't know how I've come back from this side of the stage and I approach this in the rock like that. I do not piss like this, like a fucking queen on a horse. Hello, this is how I pick. No, fucking bloke, alright, piss like a... Again. Anyway, look, no, the point is, sometimes cubicle is unavailable, so you're forced to use a urinal. That happened to me the other day. I was filming not far from here, just north of Manchester, and I was in this pub, and there was these urinals, okay, and this big guy comes in, he was drunk, big fucking bastard, and he was pissed as hell, right? He walks in, I'm sat here, stood. What the fuck is happening? I was stood at the urinal. It's a urinal. I'm a sit-down pisser. I'm not that committed to the cause. As I will piss sitting down whether there is a cubicle available or not. Right, this urinal will do me here. Just pop those down there, stick in the arse. I'll get out the paper. Hello, how are you? This is how they use, isn't it? No. I was stood at the urinal like a normal human being. Trousers and pants around ankles, primary school style. Get on with the fucking joke. Oh god. I'm having fun. I am. So. Where was I? I've completely forgotten where the fucking. What? I was pissing in the urinal in a thing. What? Oh fuck, yeah, the northern. Yes! Okay, I got it. Fucking hell, boy, I'm having a breakdown. Okay. I was start! Fucking get on with it! So the guy he's already walked in, he's fucking there! He's there! I'm there, he's there! So easy. Pissing. I know, this is the point. The guy was one of those guys who pissed with one hand against the wall. You know those fuckers? As if to say, my flow is so powerful, I need to brace myself against the very foundations of this building, lest this fucker goes off like an untethered fire hose. He then proceeded to have the loudest piss I've ever heard in my entire life. Not only was it loud, gentlemen, you'll know what I mean when I say it was a steamer. There was smoke billowing off this thing. It was like it was firing a jet of hot bovril against the wall. And he was grunting and he was growling and then he farted. He farted out loud. If I fart out loud in public, I'm so embarrassed I want to write a letter of apology to everyone in earshot. This guy couldn't have given less of a fuck. In fact, he farted and then followed it up with the most northern sentence that's ever come out of a human being's mouth. He chomped and went, oh, get out and walk, you bastard. Oh, Flintoff, bless him. Sometimes it's my fault. Sometimes I'll admit it's my fault, okay? I'm on my phone all the time. I was at the urinal the other day, going right there. I'm on my phone. I've developed a system I can pee with one hand, I can scroll with the other. I'm scrolling on my phone, on Instagram, living my best life, sir. I'm just having a little scroll. I want to go to the home screen. I click to go to the home screen. Unfortunately, my new iPhone has other ideas. It decides it wants to turn on the torch. I tried to turn the torch off. The only way I can do that with one hand is by going onto the camera. Instantly starts taking a video. I am now taking a floodlit video, point blank, of a stranger's pissing cock. I can't even run away because I'm peeing with the other hand as well. I was like, don't worry, I'll put a nice filter on it, I'm so sorry. We've actually got the footage here. Because me and technology, we don't get on. We do not get on one bit. This is the other one that I seem to do on a daily basis now, not realising that my AirPods have not synced up to my mobile telephone, and my music is playing to fucking everyone. Happened to me the other day. I'm in the gym, okay? When I go to the gym, I mind my own fucking business. I go in there, I put on my hoodie, stick in my AirPods, find a quiet little exercise bike in the corner, I put on something mellow. Audiobook, classical music, maybe a film score, and then I have a quiet little poodle in the corner, like I'm one of Call the fucking midwife. Only on this occasion, everyone in the gym is looking at me. Now, for some reason, my first thought was, oh, they must be looking over here because Quadzilla is burning some serious rubber. I then had an awful moment where it dawned upon me that the actual reason everyone in the gym was looking at me is that I was in the corner on an exercise bike with my hoodie up, AirPods in, playing to the entire gym the theme tune from E.T. Now you take your camera phone out. The whole fucking show, you've had an opportunity to get a picture of me looking nice, and this is the image you want to share with the world. That was not encouragement to take out more camera phones, cheeky fucker. I fucking stop, put them away. I can see the flashes. It's turned into a fucking Lady Gaga concert over here. Put them down. Oh fuck, it is no better on the big screen, is it? Jesus Christ, this is not a great moment for my self-esteem right now. I didn't mean I wanted another angle, Dan. Fuck. There's Marcus on this camera, he's fucking loving this. Fat fuck to that Marcus. Plant positive, not my biggest fan. Well, revenge is a dish best served meat-free. Watch it. That was the most pathetic wolf whistle as well. One woman wolf whistling in an auditorium of 60,000 people. No, that was not encouragement for war. Stop! Manchester! It's not! I like you guys. You're naughty. This whole gig feels like at any point it would either be a fight or we're going to be best friends. Some rough sex in the car park. Okay, too far. Look, normally what gets me is the language barrier, okay? I had an experience this year, quite sad. I went to Germany this year. I went to say goodbye to a friend of mine who we lost in June, July? It was a summer wedding, I can't remember when. Anyway, we went there. I understand you. I've been up for like 3 days. I'm in the line for airport security coming back in Berlin airport, and I put my hand into my pocket to take out my passport, and instead I withdraw a single edible weed gummy. Oh yes, kids and stoners love it so. The happy world of Class B Haribo. I look around for somewhere to dispose of it. There's nowhere in immediate sight. For a brief moment, and it crossed my mind for like a second, in front of me, there was a child with an open backpack. I didn't, because I'm not a monster. And I couldn't distract his mum. So I was like, fuck, this is gonna have to go down the hatch, I think. So reluctantly, I popped this thing in my mouth and I swallowed. Okay, now, I'm a bit of a novice when it comes to the old marijuana. These things are incredibly strong. It hit me like a fucking freight train. By the time I was at the front of the queue for airport security, I was so high, I could have flown home without the aid of an aeroplane. I then see all the security stuff and I'm like, fuck. Start sketching out. I'm now sweating like Greta Thunberg on a private jet.
Wow.
I realised I was in serious trouble when I was still in the body scanning machine, legs akimbo, arms aloft. I was like, why is it not scanning me? It's not scanning you because it knows that you've got drugs in your belly, you naughty boy. I wonder who's going to play you on Banged Up Abroad. I then realised that the real reason it wasn't scanning me is because I was stood, legs akimbo, arms aloft, in a regular metal detector. I then heard a German voice shouting at me from behind, Das ist verboten! Now I'm no linguist, but I was pretty certain it wasn't the German for, have a nice day, the lounge is that way. I turn around, this security official is pointing at my midriff and shouting something in German. I realise in hindsight he was pointing at my belt. I was still wearing my belt with metal detector, he wanted me to take it off. Unfortunately, I was so high, I didn't even realise I was wearing a belt. For some reason, in that moment, I thought that he was pointing at my trousers, and I thought that he wanted them off. I was like, wow, these German security guards are very thorough in their checks. But I went to a Catholic all-boys boarding school. If a figure of authority tells you to drop them, you fucking drop them. So in the middle of Berlin airport, I began to reluctantly and slowly start peeling down my trousers. He didn't like that one bit. If anything, it made him even angrier. He started shouting more. He was like, Open! Open, I've Googled it. It's the German word for up, as in pull your trousers up. I don't speak German. I thought he shouted open. I was like, this has escalated. The most worrying element of this story is quite how compliant I was. I thought that a security official wanted to anally cavity search me in front of everyone in the airport, and I put up no protest whatsoever. He literally just had to shout open once, and I was assuming the position, preparing for entry. Well, if that's the way it's got to go, Fritz, that's the way it's got to go. Stick a pinky in there first if you would. Call me old-fashioned, but I need to be wooed. This is what happens when you spend your life traveling around the world. And half the time I'm doing it with my dad now as well. And look, I've made jokes at his expense this evening, but the reality is that show has brought us together in ways that I never thought was possible. And it's often the most traumatic experiences that do that, and I want to share one of these with you, because this occurred when we went to the Ukraine and we visited Chernobyl. Has anyone ever been to Chernobyl? Yes. Is that man over there, holding up his third hand? No, let's be respectful, okay? This is a serious bit of the show. No more jokes.
Is it false?
Okay, stop it. Okay, so Chernobyl, side. Fuck off. Seriously. It's your own time you're wasting. Chernobyl is a very serious place. Fuck off! Manchester! You're being too naughty now, please. Respectful, deferential, okay. So, Chernobyl is the site. Chernobyl is the site of the worst ever nuclear fallout in human history. Uninhabited now, other than by packs of feral stray dogs. You visit. Fuck off, Manchester! Please, I need to get through this bit. This is the bit without the jokes. It's the hard bit for me.
No, it's not.
I'm trying to be respectful. Okay, you visit Pripyat, which is the town in Chernobyl that they just deserted and they just left it there. So it's now this weird, eerie, crumbling wasteland suspended in the year 1986. Like Bolton. Not what you made me do! Not what you made me do! I'm joking. It's nicer than Bolton. Anyway, okay. No, move on. Okay, look. He's the mayor of Bolton. Fuck off! Peter Kay's gonna come down and punch me in the face. Okay. Garlic bread. Fuck off. Okay, right. This has been the most fun of the entire tour. Okay, right, move on. Okay, so, fuck. Okay. What's the next bit? Fuck. This keeps happening. Okay, no, so we're in Chernobyl. Yeah, fuck off! I've got it! Stop it, Peter! Okay, no, we move on with the show. So, because the thing is now about Chernobyl is this is a tourist destination. It's fun for all the family now. They've got like a gift shop there. There's a canteen. There's a canteen in Chernobyl which no one in their right mind would eat in. Unfortunately, my dad, not in his right mind. I went in there, it was full of Japanese tourists. Eventually I get to the front of the queue. I'm like, so what's on the menu today? Meat in bun. Thank you, madam. Sounds lovely. What's the vegetarian option? You take the meat out of the bun. 100 times I told my dad, don't eat meat in a bun. Did he listen? Did he fuck? He was like, I've eaten lunch every day at 1 p.m. for my entire life. Today will be no exception. Go find me a wine list. Right, I'm not a dog, and also, there will be no wine list in here because this is a canteen in Chernobyl, Daddy. Just have a glass of water. I don't drink water. Why? Because fish fuck in it. So he doesn't drink any water. He eats the meat in a bun. Cut to 45 minutes later, we're in a van with a camera crew. We're driving past the exclusion zone into the woodlands of Chernobyl, the most toxic and radioactive place on planet Earth. And all of a sudden, my dad turns to me and he goes, Jack, I need need the toilet. I was like, Daddy, you can't go to the toilet. We're now in the middle of butt-fuck nowhere. You missed your chance, sunshine. He grabbed my arm and in a voice that sounded like he'd been possessed by a demon, he goes, "Stop this man!" I've never seen my dad partake in physical exercise in his entire life. He literally ripped open the door to this van and he